What's up, beautiful people? If you are new here, my name is Imelda, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you all how to make this delicious eggplant sauce. So if you're interested, then keep watching. So for this recipe we'll be using the following ingredients. Of course, we'll be needing eggplant itself. I'm using 2 eggplants which I've washed already. And for our protein, I'm using catfish and some smoked beef. You can use any protein of your choice. You are not limited to a particular type. And I'll be going in with 3 tomatoes and 2 sweet peppers. I really love these sweet peppers in my sauce. They give it an extra taste, and it has really been a norm for me. I cannot make any sauce without including them. I'll be using some vegetable oil. You can use palm oil as well, but today I'm using vegetable oil. You need some crayfish, ginger and garlic. You can leave this out, but I always love ginger and garlic in most of my food. Habanero pepper for some hotness, medium-sized onion, and for my seasoning cubes, I'll be using the Maggi crevette, but you can use the normal seasoning cube, is also fine. And finally, some salt. So I'll just blend the tomato and the sweet pepper together and place it in my pot. While this is cooking, I'll then go on to chop my eggplant into smaller shapes. Because I don't have a mortar, the little round stuff where you pound, I'm cutting my eggplant in really very small shapes because I don't want to blend it. If I blend it after cooking it, it will really be too fine. But usually back home, after cooking your eggplant, you can pound it, but I don't have a mortar, so I'm trying to chop it in really smaller shapes so that after I cook it, I can try to press it with my wooden spoon just a little bit to make a difference. So that's why you see me chopping it much more smaller. So if you find yourself where you cannot see the traditional eggplant itself, where we call it in Cameroon jagaturu, this is also fine. This is like a perfect substitute. It tastes the same. And so don't say I can't find eggplant because you don't see the normal type. You can also use this one as well. So our tomato and sweet pepper paste, the water is almost drying out, so I'll be taking this out of the fire. And the next step is me pouring the chopped eggplant into the pot. Then I'll add in just a bit of water because the eggplant is going to produce some water. Then I'll cover it up to cook for about 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, you can see the water that the eggplant produces itself. I'm now going to add in a pinch of salt. Then I will give it a stir, cover it for about 3 to 5 minutes, and I will take it out of the fire. You don't want to overcook it because you need to still stir it in your tomato and your sweet pepper sauce. So that's why I'm not leaving it on the fire for a very long time. If not, it will become so mushy, and most of the vitamins will of course also not be there. So like I said, after 3 to 5 minutes, I'll be taking the eggplant from the fire. Look at this goodness. Even like this, you can eat it. If you are someone, maybe you are busy, you don't have time on your plate, of course you can just boil it like this. You just add a little bit of seasoning and voila, it's also good to go. So into my pot, I added my vegetable oil, and after a few minutes, I went in with my chopped onions, which I'm going to saute for about 2 minutes. And then I'll go in with some crayfish. You know, I always love adding crayfish into my oil. That it's like my signature when I'm cooking. And I always love first the aroma it gives and then the taste it adds to the food. It's so nice doing this. So I'll be putting part of the crayfish, give it a stir, allow it to saute for some few minutes, then move on with the next step. So right now you can see our onions has been sauteed for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'll then go in with the tomato and sweet pepper paste. I'll give that a stir. I also allow it to kind of incorporate itself with the onions for about 3 minutes. So like I mentioned in the beginning, after chopping the eggplant, I boiled it. I said the reason why I chopped it into smaller sizes because I'll try to use my wooden spoon to press it since I don't have a mortar to kind of pound. So I'm trying to press it. This is what I usually do. And while keeping that aside, into my paste, tomato paste and the onion and our oil, I added my ginger and garlic paste, which I blended. Then I would later on went in with my Maggi crevette. For my pepper, it's supposed to be added now, but because I have kids, because of my kids, and they don't really like eating really very hot food, I'll add my pepper much later. But if you are someone whom you eat pepper and there's no one preventing you from adding it in the beginning, this is the perfect time for you to add your pepper. So after adding the ginger and garlic paste, the Maggi cube, I then went in with some of the crayfish again, and then with some of the stock which I used in boiling the meat. And then now I'm adding my catfish and my smoked beef. So I love adding my proteins before adding my vegetable. I believe that way, I just think that that's the best way I see it, because I believe when I mix it into the paste, it kind of gets the goodness, and in short, it mixes better. if I may say it like that. So after mixing my protein, I then went in with my eggplant, which I showed you guys what I did. I tried to mash it with my wooden spoon. So if you have kids and they are afraid of vegetables, you could stop, like maybe not adding a lot, because that way it will not be visible. But if you have kids who don't mind, of course you can add in as much eggplant as you have or as you want. So I'm just adding all the eggplant which I just wanted to do it separately to like make a difference. If you want to make a sauce and you want your kids to eat this eggplant, there's a way you can hide it, not putting a lot. But if they don't mind, of course, you just add everything into your sauce. And then now I'm adding my pepper much later. And then lastly, I'm adding my crayfish. So I've added crayfish 3 times. In the beginning, somewhere in the middle, and right now towards the end. So I'll just give that a stir and wait for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to take that out of the fire. And oh my goodness. If I have a way, I'll be cooking this every day. It's so delicious. It's so nice. So this is how I prepare my eggplants. If you think that there's something you want to suggest, or maybe you'd like to share how you prepare yours, you can leave it in the comment section. Of course, I'm always there. And thank you to all my returning and new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all your support. So this is how I prepare my eggplant, and I was just tasting if everything was okay. and oh yes, it was okay. It was so yummy, 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 yummy. And I ate this with some rice, or eating this with some rice. You can eat it with ripe plantains, with unripe plantains, even with fufu. You can eat it with fufu, with anything of your choice. And this was so good. It was so delicious, so yummy. In Flemish, you say yummy lekker. You say it's lekker. It was really sweet and delicious. So this is how I prepare my eggplant. Thank you for watching. And if you have not subscribed and you enjoyed what you just watched, you can just hit on the red button, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And please, you can share the video with your friends and your family members, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.